Good morning, friends and family. Welkom once again to Coffee Conversations with Stephan. Baie welkom by Koffie Klets met Stephan. This morning we are concluding our little series that is entitled Your Utmost for His Highest. So this morning, as we finish off this verse in 2 Peter chapter 3 verse 14, I'm just going to read it to jog your memory. It says this: "Therefore, beloved, since you are waiting for these," referring to the first 13 verses of that chapter, "be diligent to be found by Him." Be diligent to be found by Jesus. How does Jesus want to find us? He wants to find us without spot, without blemish. And the last thing that I want to look at today is at peace. So it's a wonderful Greek word that is used here, and it's the word Eirene. Okay. And Eirene means the binding or joining together when something was broken or divided. That's what the word peace means. God wants to come and reconcile two things that were broken. Peace implies health, it implies well-being, it implies prosperity. Eirene means to be set at one again, like Adam and Eve was in the garden before the fall. In other words, the reconciliation, the same way that God walked in the cool of the day with Adam and Eve, is exactly what God wants when He says and He uses this word Eirene or peace. Okay. I want to end with a little story, and I want to tell you a story about a little animal that is called the Ermine. You can go Google it, the Ermine. Okay. So in the forest of Northern Europe and Asia lives this little animal called the Ermine, known for its snow white fur in winter. He is beautiful white. He instinctively protects his white coat against anything that could soil it. In other words, he doesn't want to get blemishes on it. He doesn't want to get dark brown spots on it, because then people and also predators will be able to spot him. Fur hunters take advantage of this unusual trait of the Ermine. They don't set a snare to catch him, but instead they find his home, which is usually a cleft in a rock or a hollow in an old tree. They smear the entrance and interior with grime. Then the hunters set their dogs loose to find and chase the Ermine. The frightened animal flees towards home but doesn't enter because of the filth. He doesn't want to go in because he realizes there's this grime around my door and I can't go in there. Rather than soil his white coat, he is trapped by the dogs and captured while preserving his purity. He doesn't want to soil his white coat at all. So for the Ermine, purity is more precious than life itself. And I want to ask you today, is purity more important for you than life itself? So I want to end and I want to say this to you: be diligent in your purity. Do not be defiled by this world's alluring passions. Don't be defiled by it. And I want to end with that little phrase we started off with on Monday, that you need to give your utmost for His highest. Okay, I love you, and I do pray that you have a great weekend. If this means something to you, this whole series, maybe pass it on to somebody that you know will be blessed by this. Have a good weekend.